Hello, so I wanted to do a short video to introduce restorative yoga and the props that you would need to practice this at home for our online classes. Now, restorative yoga does traditionally use a lot of props, and I'm really aware that the majority of people are not going to have a studio's worth of yoga equipment at home. So I've been working on a lesson plan that can use items that hopefully all of you will have at home. So I've got my setup here behind me, so I'll just talk you through what's there, and hopefully that will give you all the info you need to join us in our monthly online restorative yoga. So I do have my own yoga mat, which you'd expect of a yoga teacher, but it's not necessary. So in restorative, we're not doing standing poses, so we don't have to worry about it being slippery. The main thing that the mat is good for is it's a layer of extra warmth and a bit of cushioning. So you could just work directly on carpet if your floors are carpeted. You may have like a nice beach towel, something that's a little bit warm, a little bit cushioned, maybe a single duvet or a nice blanket. Now, because we do lying positions for a few minutes at a time, I'm going to put a blanket on my mat to give that extra warmth for my back. So this is one of my favorite blankets that I bought many years ago in India. It is lasting well. So I'm just going to pop that on my mat. So that gives me an extra layer of insulation and warmth. I've also got another blanket which can go on top of me if I feel I need to in any postures. And then I've also grabbed a stack of cushions here from my sofa. So in the different positions that we're in, we want to be completely relaxed, completely comfortable. So what we do is pop cushions or extra folded blankets. You could have folded towels just to fill the gaps and offer the support to our legs, to our hands, shoulders, our back, wherever we need it, so we can just sink into real deep comfort. And I've also grabbed a pillow off my bed, which is nice to go under the head. Sometimes I use it under my knees. So all these are interchangeable as and when you need them, but it's good to have them to hand so you can keep the flow of the class and not have to get up and go and get somewhere and bring things back. Also, for the classes that I teach, there is a traditional posture of having the legs up the wall. So if you do have an empty wall space, which I know is not always that common in people's homes, certainly not in mine, then you could set up next to a wall. What I also really like is to be next to either a sofa or an armchair or even a dining chair or a bed, so that we have somewhere that we can rest our lower legs on. So we have this supported, elevated position. So I am suggesting to people to set up somewhere in their home where they have access to somewhere they can rest their legs. So whether that's on a smooth piece of wall, I don't recommend a door for safety reasons, but if you have some bare wall, or you have a sofa or a bed or something just where you're going to be comfortable and not disturbed. And then the last thing, which is optional, but I like to have a scarf. So sometimes, thankfully now the weather's nicer, but in the winter sometimes it's nice just to have that extra warmth. But for the final relaxation, I really like to turn inwards and block out as much external interference as possible. So we use a scarf just to lay gently over the eyes, and it just helps promote that deeper relaxation. Or if you happen to have an eye pillow, then that's absolutely ideal. So that's all the equipment that hopefully you would have in your own home that's going to make a really, really lovely restorative yoga class for you. Thanks very much. I look forward to seeing you online.